Hello everyone, my name is Kason Miller. I'm a junior business management major, and today I'll be going over Portugal and its cultural dimensions. So first we'll start with some background and look at some major industries in Portugal and some business related facts. So Portugal is ranked 34th in the World Economic Forum. They're also a member of the European Union, and the main industries in Portugal are cement, chemicals, textiles and clothing, beer and metallurgy, and machinery. However, the most valuable company in Portugal is Energias de Portugal, which is a natural energy company with a market cap of 17.3 billion. Also to the right, I provided a picture of one of their solar energy fields. And in second place is EDP, which is another natural energy company, followed by Geronimo Martins in third place, which is a food distribution and retailing chain. For some more background, we'll go over the politics in Portugal, and they operate under a unitary, multi-party, semi-presidential, representative democratic republic. And how politics are pertaining to business right now in Portugal, well, recently their prime minister resigned amid a corruption scandal, and the vote on the budget bill is being delayed. And this bill is necessary for local companies and the feeable economy, as it will directly affect the people and companies until this bill is passed. So now for the cultural dimensions. We'll start with time orientation. They scored a 30 on Hofstede's model, as they are a culture that is focused on the now rather than the future. Their culture also prefers normative thought over pragmatic, and this relates to time orientation, and meaning that actions such as being late or not present could be seen as offensive to the people. They are also not being focused on the future. Actions such as saving for the future aren't as important to them, whereas what is going on now is important because time is money. Next up is individualism. Portugal scored 59 on Hofstede's chart compared to the United States score of 60. Similarly, they are also a loosely knit society where everyone is expected to fend for themselves and care for the well-being of others. This means that they are, at the age of adulthood, expected to go out on their own and be able to fend for themselves and get a job and provide for them or their family. And this translates to the business world, whereas in the workplace, employees are expected to be self-reliant and be able to get the job done on their own. And this is important because this is how valuations for promotions are evaluated in their business world. Now, is Portugal masculine or feminine? Well, they are a feminine culture that places a high value on the quality of life, the people around them, and also a very nurturing culture with a strong sense of community. Next up is low/high context orientation. Well, Portugal is a predominantly collective and high context culture, whereas again, they prefer normative thought over pragmatic and like to establish the absolute truth. High context, being that they communicate through a high context, means that they derive information from communication and actions, whereas in the US we communicate in code. And this is also similar to what we discussed in time communication with the normative thought again, meaning that actions or words said is how they derive their information through communication. Next is uncertainty avoidance. So Portugal scored a 99 on a Hofstede's model compared to the United States score of 46. This means that they are a culture intolerant of unorthodox behaviors and ideas. And cultures with a high uncertainty avoidance have an emotional need for rules. People also have the inner urge to work and be busy, and security is an important element to these people. And that translates directly into the business world, as businesses aren't aggressive and are not prone to risk-taking. And this is important for American companies coming over. Innovation may be resisted, as it may violate their security. And this is important to the people in Portugal. So now that we've looked at Portugal's cultural dimensions and looked at some background, if you are interested in traveling to Portugal, let's take a look at their infrastructure. So Lisbon Airport is a major international airport and it handles all the major routes outside of Europe. And this is important because it is in Lisbon, which is actually Portugal's biggest city with a population around 500,000. And the best airline to take or most popular is TAP Airline Portugal. Um, in this country, communication, you can either take the public transportation route, and they offer things such as trains, bus, and tram. However, car and bike rentals are offered. And fortunately for us, the driving rules in Portugal are similar to the US, and it is one of the few European countries where they drive on the right side of the road. And road conditions are great over there, so this will be great for tourists or expats. Well, thank you everyone. That is it. If you have any questions, please let me know.